Are you ready to learn how to make a long-lasting impression every time you make a sales call? In this video, I am going to share with you an incredibly important and effective technique that will have every one of your clients and prospects remembering you long term. And most important, it will help you close more sales. My name is JAYNE Latz, founder of Corporate Speech Solutions. I work with organizations and individuals just like you to develop clear, concise, and confident communication so you can always present for success and close more sales. Before we get started, I want to remind you that this is the third video in this series on how to close more sales with effective and clear communication. So if you have not yet watched the first two videos, you may click right here to go back. I don't want to lose you, but I do want you to learn all the techniques to help you close more sales. And I promise I'll be waiting right here for you to return after you watch the first two videos in this very important series on closing more sales. So now, are you ready to learn this very important technique? I'm keeping you in suspense that will help you close more sales. Give me a thumbs up. If so, let's get started. This effective technique is called the power of the pause. And you might say, well, what exactly is the power of the pause? It is using silence to have a greater impact in the delivery of your message. We've talked about it before in other videos, but if this is your first time watching, you are going to learn and have the ability to practice this very impactful and effective technique that will help you to not just be more effective in your day-to-day business, but to close more sales. So number one, here's an easy way to practice. I want you to pause for 1 second between your first name and your last name. So for example, my name is JAYNE Latz. I know I have a simple name, but people around the globe may not be familiar with the name Jane or Latz. So if I put in that pause, it gives time for them to process my name. If I'm on the phone, which we're talking about, they don't see me. They don't necessarily see my name. It gives them time to process the name. So go ahead, practice it. Say your first name, pause, and I would like tap so you know how long that pause should be, and then your last name. Some of you will have 3, 4, or even 5 syllables in your first name. If you do not practice the pause, the person on the other end of the phone will never be able to say your name in the return phone call. It will be awkward. Maybe they won't call you back. Of course, we want that call back. We want to close that sale. So first name, pause, last name. Now, your company name. My company is Corporate Speech Solutions. Did you notice that pause in between? So important. You may not know my company. Of course, you could read about it in the description. But if I am talking to you on the telephone, I want to make sure you can go right to Google if you're not familiar with it and find the company. If it is acronyms or just letters like ABC Corp, make sure you put a pause between the letters. We have a habit of speaking quickly. If we're on the telephone, people can't read. They can't go to the internet. They only have your voice. So make your voice count. Make sure to deliver your message effectively using the power of the pause. We've said our name. We've said our company. What's missing? Our telephone number. There is a reason why there is either a period or a bracket around the area code and then a pause after the first 3 digits. So you pause. My number is 212-308-7725. Yes, I want you to call. Leave a message. Practice. But if you don't put the pause in the numbers, people can't call you back. You might say, well, they can see it on the phone and return. But so many times people call from a main number and then they might give a direct line. But if I don't get that direct line and I only see the main number and I can't understand your name, it's a lost sale. So practice, very tangible exercise. Pause between your first name and last name, your company name, and of course, your telephone number. You will not just be a more effective communicator, you will close more sales. And another note, when it comes to your phone number, always repeat your number 2 times. Yes, 2 times. You can even do it in the very beginning so they don't have to rewind the entire message, but 2 times to ensure that they do get the correct number. Now, don't forget, this is my 3rd video in the series. If you have not watched the other videos, go. Watch them first. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here. But watch those first because it's building blocks. And I want to ensure that you can speak more effectively, you can develop clear, concise communication, and close more sales. And yes, there will be another video in this series on closing more sales on the telephone. Until then, I'm JAYNE Latz, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.